So a lot of people talk about moving abroad, steps in moving abroad, but not a lot of people talk about the sustainability, the income sustainability part of moving abroad. Okay. So if I wanted to move abroad and had no online income, this is exactly what I would do starting from scratch. And what I am not going to be sharing with you is like get rich quick schemes, right? Just practical, real remote options that actually work. So step number one, stop sleeping on what you already know. First thing that I would do is I would get clear on what I already know how to do. So if you have a specialized skill, so let's say therapy and finance, operations, tech, admin, or let's say healthcare admin, right? Strategy, systems, that is income. Your job skills, your lived experiences, your problem solving ability, that is the product. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You need to package what you already know in a way that solves a problem. Step number two is to turn the skill into a business and not just a job. So here is where I have observed where people miss the bag. Okay. Don't just sell time, build a service or system. So, for example, I run a remote business lending company. I call myself the remote money lender, where I help small businesses all across the US get access to funding in order to grow their business. And after a few years of doing this, I realized that people wanted to know how to build the back end of that business. Okay. So now I also help others set up their own lending businesses from scratch and with automations using software and other relevant tools. That is a specialty. That is multiple income streams from just one skill set. And this is something that you can do. This is something that you can leverage as well. Step number three, do not be afraid of software as a service, today also known as SaaS. Okay. And this is very huge right now. You don't have to build software from scratch. You can implement, manage, or set up SaaS tools for clients. Again, software as a service. Okay. So we're talking CRMs, automations, portals, client systems, and things like that. Businesses pay good money for someone who can say, hey, I'll set this up for you. I'll organize it and manage it and also run it. That is remote, that is global, and that is leverage. I also must add this as well, okay? And that is helping businesses or content creators with their content. Listen, y'all, creating content is a lot of work, and creators who value their time and value what they do and take it seriously will pay someone to help them with it. And this is something that I have personally done also. So I recently worked with a nurse to help her launch her first web application, her first web app for nurses, a playbook as well, managed her social media and helped her launch a brand new YouTube channel that is growing, by the way, with thousands of views. And what I did was simple. I used strategy and onboarded other people to leverage their time, also known as OPT, other people's time. And so essentially creating my own agency and of course be the visionary behind all of the projects. And I was able to work with this client for months. Okay. And so this is something that you can look into doing as well. Step number four is to use what you have before before you quit that job. If you can take your job remotely, do that. If you can switch from W-2 to independent contractor, okay, or to an independent contractor, even better. Okay, you have way more flexibility internationally and it's way less complex in regards to taxes and things like that. So companies sometimes will be more for you going as an independent contractor versus just moving abroad as a W-2 employee. Now, a lot of people don't realize how many roles can be remote once you ask the right questions. And while you do that, build the businesses on the side. But all in all, you guys, do not sleep on business. Do not sleep on remote income. Entrepreneurship gave me more flexibility, gave me more freedom and more control over my life, especially now with living abroad. You don't need everything figured out. You just need one skill, one offer, and one system. If this helped, save it and be sure to share it with someone who is trying to leave the country, and follow for more real conversations about remote income and freedom abroad.